Hi, I'm Benny Miller, and I teach in the Criminal Justice Clinic with
Jenny Roberts. Hi. We're here to talk to you today a little bit about our clinic, how much fun it is, what a great experience you'll have as student attorneys in this or any clinic.
And our clinic, like most clinics, I would say is about the clients. We represent some really interesting people. They happen to be charged in criminal cases, but they also have very interesting lives on top of that. We represent or have represented kids as young as 11 and going up to, I guess you could say, advanced senior citizens who are in their mid-70s. We represent folks on a wide variety of cases ranging from disorderly conduct to car theft to assault, sometimes domestic assaults, rogue and vagabond, one of our favorite crimes in
Common law
Maryland.
offense in Maryland. We practice in Maryland, in Montgomery County, in the juvenile court, district court, sometimes circuit court. And we that's in Rockville, so we'll be heading up there to go to court, although we should stress that our cases are not simply about trials. They're about learning how to approach an entire case and how to represent a client in what we call a holistic approach to criminal defense work. And what that means is that you don't treat your client as a case. Your client is a person with many issues that might be going on in their life at the moment, one of which, a big one that we are representing them on, is the criminal charges against them. But there may be other related issues such as school suspension hearings, which we have done before, the need to expunge the criminal records, which we've talked about, and done a lot in clinic, where they have to they want to clear their record in Maryland so your client can get a job in the future.
Yeah, we've helped a couple of juvenile clients who are a great example because of the school issues, and along those lines we've helped clients with special education needs. We've done some collaborations with the Disability Rights Law Clinic, working on helping our clients with their educational situations. We quite often have clients who might have immigration issues.
We've worked with the immigration clinic in that respect, or on our own on those issues.
So it's great to come to this clinic with kind of a broad idea of the kind of law you're interested in practicing, because so much of what we do really does overlap with other classes that might not seem to be about criminal defense, but really are. Immigration law is a great example of that, special education law, some of the other types of law that we get involved with besides traditional criminal law.
One way to get a little bit of a flavor for what we do is for us to take you a little bit through the life of a typical criminal justice clinic student. And so Benny had supervised students in a juvenile court case last semester, I think it was. And so we thought we'd describe that case to you a little bit to give you an idea.
That was a juvenile case that actually just recently was resolved. So this case went on for 3 or 4 months. The students were back this semester also taking clinic, and our client was a young man charged with assault stemming from an incident that happened at a pool on Memorial Day weekend, and he ultimately was charged with several things. He was acquitted of everything except this underlying assault, which involved kind of a so-called shove of a police officer, and the students worked tirelessly on that case. We ended up, I think, interviewing 10 or 15 possible defense witnesses. They called 5 or 6 witnesses, which is a bit unusual in one of our cases. The state probably called 3 or 4 witnesses.
Not all the cases are this big and complicated.
And the trial lasted most of a day, and then we were back in court several times in an effort to have the judge find that our client was not actually in need of the services of the court, which is in juvenile cases is basically like saying you're not actually delinquent, you don't actually have a record. And so much of the work involved demonstrating what a great kid our client was, how well he had done in school. He had to attend several programs, and much of their work involved really working with him to make sure he did all the things that he needed to do to get the disposition that he wanted from the court.
So to take one example from that case to explain to you how we approach the teaching method and the learning method for you, let me take the witness interviews as an example. So we will, you take the seminar, and then you also have your field work, which is your casework with your clients. So in the seminar, we will have a class where we've done some background readings on fact investigation and strategic planning in a case. And this ties into classes we've done earlier about case theories. What's the theory of what you're doing here, what possible trial defense is there, what might the negotiation defense be, what's the sentencing story that you're going to tell to the decision maker. So in this case, you take strategic planning, fact investigation, you do some background reading, we talk about the readings in class, but we also plan for a simulated interview of a witness in the class that day. The witness then comes in, we do the interview, so we plan it, then we do it, and then we step back and we critique it.
And that's a great example. We can't cover all the skills that our students are practicing during the semester, but there's quite a number of things that they do that they've had a chance to practice, learn from, critique, reflect on before they actually have to go out and do those things in the real world where our clients face actual and very real consequences.
And in the clinic, you work in teams. So it's 2 students, you work together for the semester or the year, and you represent people together. So one of the things that you're learning about is collaboration. And that comes in the form of working with your partner, but it also comes in the form of rounds, which we do in the seminar portion of class, where you learn about all of the different clients and cases and issues that are going on in clinic.
And you'll collaborate a lot with your supervisor, which I think would be true in most of our clinics, but typically with the cases Jenny and I have and the students we work with, we'd meet with each team at least an hour and a half a week, sometimes more, as we get closer to a significant event like a sentencing or a trial or a client interview or something like that. So you are really, you're here in the clinic, you're working, you're being very hands-on, and you're having a very intense collaborative experience.
So we hope that you will join us, apply to, and hopefully participate in the Criminal Justice Clinic or one of the other fabulous clinics here at WCL.
I second that.